So today I'm going to show you guys a trick that could fall under both basic beginner bullshit category and more advanced shit. I'm going to show you guys the beginner version first because I assume most of you have small penises. So unfortunately, it's going to take a little bit more work to do the hard version. So yeah, we'll just get to the beginner part. So for this, you need any sort of deck. It could be mixed, it could be shuffled. Again, it could be borrowed, assuming that you live in a country where people are just carrying around decks willy-nilly. But in this case, oh, what the fuck, God. Damn it, Jesus fucking Christ. All right, so the deck is shuffled and mixed. Person selects a card. Let's say they go for this one. It's the 8 of diamonds, but I'm, of course, not supposed to know that. So that card gets shuffled and mixed in the deck as best you can. And you inform the spectator that they're going to touch any card that they want, which that card is going to then act as an indicator card to let you find their selected, freely chosen, shuffled into the deck playing card. So they make their mind up. Let's say they happen to touch this card right here. Happens to be the 9 of diamonds, which is fantastic. So that card is going to indicate the position of the card that you actually picked. So you ask the spectator at this point, can they count to 9? It's very urgent for the trick that they're able to count to 9, because if not, then the trick's not going to work. So let's say we count 9 cards and we're going to find your card, and it's going to be the 9th card. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 right here. I'm glad you know the words. That's great. So for the first time, what's your card? And they, of course, tell you whatever the card is. You turn this over, and it's not their card. It's the 5 of hearts. Oh, well, I guess that the indicator card is indicating to me that this trick has gone wrong, right? So let's just do some magical stuff, and the indicator card actually becomes the card that they picked. So for this, if you guys haven't figured it out, there's the basic version. I'll show you the more advanced version because it requires a second deal, which I'm sure is well beyond the capacity of exactly 87% of you. However, for this trick, it's as simple as just having a borrowed shuffled deck and doing a top change. Now, if you haven't noticed, because there's a fucking camera, and if I do a top change in this particular venue, it'll be very fucking obvious. So I went with some sort of a covered change here just to try to hide it as best as possible from the camera. But had you been here in person, and a top change would have been sufficient. So don't think that that's the normal switch that I would do in this sort of trick. It's just that there's no way, because it's one angle. Anyway, so you have a card selected. Let's say it's the 8 of diamonds. What a fucking coincidence there, right? All right, so 8 of diamonds, the card selected. That card, of course, gets controlled to the top. I like to stick my pinky in there, make it my bitch, and then it goes right to the top. That's fine. So now you're going to do the prophecy move, which we've discussed in another previous video. But the reason we're doing the prophecy move is to allow whatever card they pick to be placed next to the top card, which happens to be your card, in preparation for a top switch. So we're going to go over this one more time just for the people that don't watch that other video. And if you haven't watched that other video, then fuck you. I don't need you in my life. All right, you piece of shit, not watching my other videos. So you have a card selected. This card gets outjogged. Now the right hand, what it's going to do is it's going to turn palm down and use the thumb right over here to grab this card that's outjogged. Now, as the eyes go over to this card, because you're turning the right hand palm up again, the eyes are going to be drawn to this card. So you could very sneakily put this half right on top, and to them it just seems like you just turned a card over in a deck. Really, what you've done is you've cut the deck secretly. So now the position you should be in is the card that they touch, which is the indicator card, followed by the card that they have selected in the beginning. So what's going to happen now is that you're going to need to get their eye contact. I like to do this by asking them if they know how to read or count. The moment they look at me and give me that confirmation that they do know or they don't know, or they don't even know why they're here or why they're tied up, then that's when I do the top change. So I do the David Williamson top change. So go suck his dick. But in pretty much in summation, what it is that you get their attention, you gesticulate with the right hand, and as the hand happens to cross over, I just switch the top card for the card that's in my hand. Now, there's a couple points of finesse on this. Now, you don't want to do this in such a rapid fashion that it makes a sound and they think you're autistic, but it is a certain move that does require a little bit of balls. So It's one that you should practice because it's great to be able to hold one single card, and then to them seemingly nothing's happened to that card. So again, one more time. So you have this card face up, which is not their card; it's the indicator card. You gesticulate towards them and say, "Hey, do you know how to read?" Now, when they make that eye contact, all that happens is that this card gets squared up with the card right on top of the deck, and that card gets squared back onto the deck, and you have effectively switched the cards. Now, again, there's a whole bunch of technique to this, but really, if you have that eye contact and everyone's paying attention to them, you could pretty much put this card on top of the deck and take the second card, and nobody's going to catch you as long as you're quiet. That's the key right here. You want to be as quiet as possible. You want to act like you're sneaking into a house at night to steal or to molest the husband or something. So you want to make sure that you're quiet when it comes to that. So after you've done the top change, let's say here, this is the indicator card. You say, "Hey, do you know how to read, sir?" That's great. "Oh, well, you'll be great for this." This card goes face down on the table. They think it's the indicator card. It's actually their card. So whatever number it is, let's say it's a 9 indicator. So you're going to tell them that their card is ninth from the top, from where they touched that card. So you count out 9 cards, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or you take the ninth card, sorry. And you say, "Wow, that's fantastic. It's the ninth card, so what's your card?" They're going to tell you. Of course, it's wrong. And then you can add that little joke that, "Oh, I guess the indicator card has indicated that the trick has gone wrong." And then collect your sympathy. And then if you want, you could do some sort of magical pass over this card right here, and the indicator card has magically turned into the card that they picked. Now, for the more advanced version of this trick, it requires a second deal. Now, the reason you would do this is so at the end, instead of this card turning into their card, it's more of a transposition. So let's assume that this 5 is the indicator card. We're good. So this 5 is the indicator card. I've done the top change. This 5 is on the table. Now, what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna pretty much do a second deal, dealing all these cards. Sorry, you need to moisten your hands, especially if you're dealing with this fantastic deck right here that I highly recommend you pick up. So what's going to happen is that you're going to second deal the 5 cards, assuming that the cards don't stick to each other. You're going to second deal them and pretty much be in a position where the 5th card is going to be the card that was the indicator card. So then when you show this, there's a transposition that happens, and they're like, "Wait, that's the indicator card. So what's that card?" So let me just do a second deal to show you guys that I'm capable of doing second deals. So because I know that second deal didn't come up as good as it should have, but I'm fully capable. Those are all second deals. You could trust me. Those are all second deals. So I'm capable of the move there. It's just the lights here. So you do a second deal, and then it becomes more of a transposition for the cards than a change, than a magical change. So there you go. That's a trick. It's simple, but it hits hard. It hits them right in the urethra, if you want a specific part. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to smash, rape that button. Patreon, do suck a Patreon. I'm gonna go check who won that Twitter contest. I'll be right back. What? You didn't know I had a Twitter contest? Maybe you should follow me on Twitter, cunt. Fucking unfucking faithful motherfuckers. I'd give out a deck to somebody that would, let me make sure I get this in focus. If somebody were to retweet a particular tweet of mine, that I would send them out a free deck. So I'm gonna pick that random person there. I also have somebody here that apparently keeps tweeting at me to mention him in his next video. So he comes on a t-shirt for me. There you go, dude. And whatever, enjoy your cummy t-shirt. Whatever the fuck that means. So I'm gonna just right here find this particular tweet and get all the retweets here, and I'm just gonna pick somebody random here. I'll just go through this. Let me just do this right here. That should hopefully. Oh, okay. So we got one. So Robert, whoever the fuck you are, Robert, I'm gonna DM you. I'm sliding into your DMs, dog. Send you a deck signed. Hope you enjoy it. Maybe you could rub your dick on it like that other dude. So there you go, Robert. Enjoy your deck. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already, because I'll be giving away more shit. If you haven't, then don't. If you don't, then fuck you. I don't need you. You fucking piece of shit. But anyways, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna go find ways to increase my tax return.
I see you again, when 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 I see you again.